What's happening, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name's Rob Hernandez. We have Lisa on here with us. We'll be bringing her on in a few minutes. I just want to say what's up. See how everybody's doing. What's up, Jenny? So we're just chilling, talking, just doing a little chit chat before we jump on. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. And yeah, it was fun the other night when we came on. Did a little bit of drinking. Did a little bit more drinking than I kind of wanted to. But I guess, that happens when we're having fun. What's up, Amy? What's up, Christy? What's up, Angelique? Anyway, I'm just going to bring Lisa on. What's happening, Purple?
What up? What up?
Purple was jamming out as usual before we got on here, and I was playing around with some stuff. So I fixed my little beeper.
Hello, Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Hello, Jenny.
Amy, my girl.
Angelique.
Anybody else say miss? If you're new,
Make sure you
like and subscribe. Turn
Do
your
all the
notifications to on.
Do all the things.
Don
Garnkowski.
Kayla Beth got an electric guitar for Christmas.
Woohoo!
Where is everybody watching from?
Everybody's East Coasters right now, looks like.
They were all watching the hockey game.
We're on
Something.
Dahlia.
Still first
in the league. Woo, woo, woo.
So I think tonight we'll just do a little bit of chit chat. We won't stay on too late because some of us have to work in the morning.
I need a t-shirt.
That says whoop.
Here it is.
What's up,
Hey,
Rachel?
Rich. Hi, Julie.
Illinois until January 15th. Where are you going, Karen? Where are you moving to?
Safe travels
for you, honey.
Right.
Karen, did you just
Is this a
plane ticket
that you're taking?
You might want to
Everything's
get
good.
that insurance thing that we can
that we
change your date. Dude, I'm getting echoing.
Ooh,
Deo.
Okay, let me fix it. No more echo coming up.
That means you're only going to get one of me.
Okay. There shouldn't be
I'm
any
doing
more
fine,
echo now.
Rachel.
Florida.
What's up, Christy from Texas?
Karen said after the deep freeze last week, I can't blame you. It's going to be 54 tomorrow. And raining.
Oh, it was raining here today. We needed it after that fucking heat wave. It was damn 80.
Oh, did you see
I got my nails done?
See?
Oh, look,
pretty.
she's flipping us off.
No, I'm showing
I'm
my
showing my
unicorn.
unicorn.
Nice.
They're holograms.
That matches your the drink you were drinking the other day. The iridescent
Dude, you
Unicorn
gotta get
pee.
a liquid
unicorn.
So good.
the unicorn pee.
I didn't name
the stuff.
So did I tell you what happened when we went to the store to get it? With the still in
Are we still echoing?
Yeah. So the guy says, shake the bottle. I'm like, okay. He's like, no, shake it. I shake it. It's got a leak in it, and it goes friggin' everywhere. And he goes, oh, I think a unicorn just peed on you. I'm like, I'm not amused, buddy.
Is there still echo?
No more echo. Echo's gone. Thank you, Karen. They're holograms or holographic. So it started off purple. Like, I don't know if you can see. It started off purple here on the edge. And then she did 2 different kinds of, it's like a dot, almost looks like eyeshadow she's putting on. Only she rubs it in and it goes from purple to, I don't know, like unicorn dust. And then she went to blow the extra dust off. And there's like an acrylic screen, almost like a bank teller thing. And now that's all holographic. I was like, woo, Martha, all lit up. She's jamming today. Oh, I also had a smudge while I was there.
Nice.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the hollow stick and the sage, I was like, yeah, confirm my thing. She goes, you could tell. I'm like, yeah, because when I walked in, I got a weird vibe, a wonky vibe. And it was like a paranormal wonky vibe. And then I stepped back out and I'm like, nope, it's definitely here. And that's when I said, do you want me to switch? She goes, do you have your stuff? I'm like, of course I have my stuff.
What kind of stuff?
My smudge. I didn't, this is, everybody calls this Bertha, but Bertha's my crystal. This is what I usually travel with, but I have a small one in my car. Sorry, spirits chiming in.
Sorry, no alcohol today. I'm just drinking Gatorade.
I have Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
I drank the rest of the vodka on Christmas.
It's sugar-free. I'm a good girl. Thank you, Patricia. It was a hell of a game. Although Rick Tockett, who's so, I don't know, passe, what a like historic event for him to actually commentate, was like, I think they played terrible in the first period. I'm like, hey, Rick, you has been. Are you watching the same game that I'm watching? Just curious. I did see that one of our pucks went through their stick and shattered their stick, and they're trying to say that the Jersey player did it. I'm like, okay, let's watch it in slow motion again for the 50th time. Hello, Misty.
What's up, Christine?
Hi, Christine. Hi, Julie. How are you? Christine's my friend who has lots and lots of chihuahuas. My favorite.
Chihuahuas.
She crochets these beautiful little jackets for them, I believe, and they were all M&Ms, so different colors with an M on them. As soon as I learn how to do that, I'm going to be golden. Oh, cool. I just can't read. I can't read instructions for crochet. I just never learned. So I have to like see it. Yeah, it was on TNT. It'll also be a TNT on New Year's Day because we're playing Pittsburgh Penguins. They're going down. Although there's a thing with the Winter Classic that if you win the game, you won't get the cup. And then if you lose the game, you're usually the one. I don't even know why they let us have the game this year because usually they take turns. But I have a feeling it has to do with John Henry owning the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kind of conflict of interest. No, he owns the Red Sox, but he bought the Pittsburgh Penguins with a bunch of other famous people. Can I use a graph? What is a graph? Like the thing with the zigzag line? That thing? How would that help me? I'm still making my my fingerless mittens because I wear them everywhere, but they keep my hands warm, especially when pumping gas. So this is the normal length, but because I'm a righty, so when I pump gas, I made this one longer so it fits in the pump so I don't have to freeze my fingers to it.
There you go.
Because some lovely ladies gave me this awesome, colorful yarn. So every time I wear it, people want to know where I get the gloves, but I make them. I have the crochet kit. No way. Julie, have you done with it? Oh my God, I can't wait to see how that turned out. I got my future daughter-in-law the Star Wars one, so it makes the little Yoda and a stormtrooper. But it's the book has everything. It tells you how to make all the characters. Because everybody wants a Jar Jar Binks. He rules. Listen,
God,
that's my
damn
youngest. That's my
crap.
youngest one. Okay, because he was obsessed with Jaja Binks because he's the one with the long ears. So he had a little figurine that he carried everywhere. No, most kids carry teddy bears. Not my kid. He's gonna carry Jaja Binks. So, and he still has it. I don't even know where it came from because I know I didn't buy it because I wouldn't have known what the hell it was.
Since there's no guys on here, I just got to sit here and suffer.
Laney. Hi,
Sorry,
Amy. I
guys.
changed my name so no one needs to clarify which Lisa now.
That was a good idea.
Wait, what? What? Why? Do we have a lot of Lisas?
There was a couple of Lisas, yes.
Is that the Lisa that every time she'd hear Lisa on the Ghost Bus, would assume it's her, and I only identify as me when it goes purple Lisa or Lisa Purple?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thanks, Christine. I hope all the puppies are doing well. Okay, Lisa. High five. Good name. I'm actually Lisa Marie. I'm named after Elvis Presley's daughter.
Nice.
These two hands held Elvis Presley's phone. I was so fangirl. Lisa Elaine. I know that sounds pretty. Although I do like Laney too.
I like Lainey. That's cool.
And Amy, that's if I had a sister, that's how one of the times that she spells her name. She spells her names multiple ways for multiple reasons. It's another subject for another horror day. I love Elvis Presley. I don't
Did you go to
see. No, but I wanted. We only went to Tennessee once, but I'm back again because I want to hit Memphis. Listen, Nashville takes a while to eat your way through. I know it sounds a little crazy, but they've got the best food. So what you do is you park on Broadway in a reasonable spot, and then you do all your walking. Even with eating my way through Nashville, I still lost 10 pounds.
Nice.
In like 4 days. But this girl was on fire.
I bet you were on fire.
I'm on fire. My word of the day, fire. Mom got my name from Dark Shadows. What's Dark Shadows?
It was a TV series.
Oh, I probably didn't see it. Or it's something that's fairly recent because I'm wicked old.
No, it is. It's old. It's an old show. So
what are you doing for your birthday, Rob?
No plans yet.
Oh.
If the Queen Mary was open, we were just talking about that the other day. Oh my God, I was talking about it on Christmas morning. I talked to a friend of mine, and remember we were talking about
Robert.
We had 20s theme, and girls were wearing flapper dresses.
I've done that before.
Oh my God, I totally forgot. So my friend Faye was wearing a flapper dress.
Right.
And I totally forgot. I kept on telling her, stop hiking up your dress. She's like, Rob, it's too fucking tight to hike it up. Stop. And she said, Rob, you were so fucking drunk. She said, oh my God. She said, you were making everybody almost pee their pants because you were so drunk and you were being so funny. She was like, anytime I would walk in front of you, you would tell me, stop hiking up your dress, and I would start pulling it down. So she finally fucking pulled me in the room, and she said, look, I'm wearing boy shorts underneath, so it really doesn't matter. So she lifted up her dress, and I was just like, she was like, Rob, you were like laughing so hard. You almost fell on the floor. You were laughing so hard. Anyway, they said that party was like the best time.
Nice. I went to a Christmas party. This is like in my 20s. I was the only girl that worked at the auto rebuilders warehouse, engine rebuilding. I was not a secretary. I actually worked in the warehouse, carried crankshafts and stuff. So we're on Newbury Street, a very famous part of Boston. And my boss is like, we're never going to catch a cab. We're never going to catch a cab. Well, Andrew and Steven were taking bets on if I could get a cab. Like you see it in all the movies. The girl puts her leg out. Will the cab driver stop? Only I
Right.
think my boss didn't realize what I was wearing, which was already a miniskirt. Yeah, it worked. I didn't have to pay for drinks the rest of the night. Yeah, it worked. It was snowing and everything. They're like, "Hi, aren't you cold?" I'm like, that's what the long coat's for. I love
So
Boston.
yeah, she was saying, next time when the Queen Mary opens, we have to have another party. She said that'll be so much fun. And I said, no, it's gonna have to be another 20s themed.
Oh,
And she said,
definitely.
yeah, that's so much fun. So
It was
yeah,
a
right
Gothic soap
now they're
opera that
only-
was on from 66 to 72. Well, I was born in 69, so Angelique was a witch that turned Barnabas into a vampire. Ooh.
Hmm.
Excuse me, we're gonna have to write that down and see if I can check it out.
yeah. I've
Does
seen a few.
does anybody have Hulu? Holo? Is that, did I say right? Hulu?
Yes.
Okay, so I see these commercials and I've never watched the whole thing, but there's like a detective kind of dresses like a professor, like suit and tie, but he has a little chihuahua. And I don't know the name of the show. So if somebody can tell me what the name of the show was, and if it's pretty good, let me know so that I can try to figure out how to get the Hulu going on.
I could look for you. But if anybody else wants to look, go for it. So yeah, we're talking about the Queen Mary. Right now they're doing limited tours on the ship, but no overnight staying yet. But as soon as they announce it, we're gonna fucking look it up and book it.
Do you know why the Warren Museum is closed? I mean, I know the pandemic, but he puts the doll
No.
on tour a lot, but I don't understand why the museum would be closed.
No.
All right, I'm just curious. Anybody do any traditions for New Year's Eve that they want to share?
Yeah, what are the New Year's Eve traditions? I know Black Eyed Peas, but don't understand that.
The band?
No, Black Eyed Peas, the food.
Oh, to eat them? Okay, well, an hour before midnight, you're supposed to take a container with no cover, put money in it, and leave it under the moon. After about a half an hour after midnight, you bring it in, and that way it brings money and abundance to your home all through the year. There's also the red underwear one. That's what that's lucky for. The rice and beans, is that what you're talking about? The black eyed peas or just black eyed peas? I know you're supposed to eat black beans and rice. Jenny, the day move was awful. Okay. Okay, Laney did see it. The commercial about the cop with the I just want to know what the Chihuahua's name is. What other traditions? There's the singing Old Lang Syne, but I don't know if that's a tradition. Why do we do that? I don't know why we do that. I don't know. I haven't
heard about the Great Reset.
Restream says, I received 100 messages today on Restream with Restream chat. Okay, good for you, Restream. I'm happy for you. Cabbage on New Year's Day. Okay. I think a lot of people get Chinese food on Christmas Eve. I know some places you have to pre-order now because they won't let you pick it up. I just know that prior to microwaves, we always got ours early because my parents believe that they make so much of the stuff for bulk for logistics on New Year's Eve that like you can't get fresh food. Like it's not super fresh. The show is called Will Trent. Thank you. Thank you. Will
Thank
Trent.
you for that.
And this is on Hulu. And I haven't figured out I know that the new one's coming in January, which is Mayfair or Mayflower Witches. And that one's supposed to be on AMC Plus.
Chinese food is a tradition.
The only thing we do absolutely buy. The other one is to bang pots and pans outside at midnight. It's supposed to bring in luck too.
Hell no.
I don't recommend it in the city because all it really does is disturb the rats, just in case you were wondering. Mayfair Witches. Thank you, Patricia. Hey, you should just be my TV guide for the week.
What's that? What's Mayfair Witches?
That's that new show. It's supposed to be based on Anne Bryce. Hold on, I got a hair out of place. Ooh, a shrimp oil. Is that like a shrimp? Same thing as crawfish? Is that the same thing?
No.
I've never had crawfish, so I wouldn't know.
No.
Ooh, nice. I didn't know there was novels. Pulled pork Sammy's. That's a tradition too. I know people do that. Like I have for a few years made homemade egg rolls. I have this really cute Chinese outfit, but now it's way too big. I did my hair in the super tight curls. I did the chopsticks. Oh my God, it was awesome. Even got the little sandals with the two toes. I'm talking about. And then my son's like, I think you're mixing up your Oriental world. I go, what do you mean? He goes, that's Chinese, that's Japanese, and that's Vietnamese. My son's like, you're a hot mess, but at least there's some effort. He goes, at least it looks cute.
Oh my God, a boil sounds freaking good.
Similar potatoes, corn, ton of I love Old Bay and shrimp. Any particular kind of shrimp? Because I know there's a smaller, not the ones I use in my macaroni salad, which are wicked tiny, but the regular smaller ones, Maine shrimp, are super sweet compared to other shrimps. And I don't know about the giant shrimp. I've never had those, so I don't know if they'd be sweet or if they kind of like if you get a lobster, they say how big you get, the less tasty it is. It's not true. It's just harder as hell to get through the shells. We used a mallet.
I want some lobster.
Oh, after I couldn't have any seafood on my first pregnancy because I already was so sick from side effects. So afterwards, my husband got me a really big lobster. I mean, the thing's claws was as big as my hand. Of course, one had problem fitting it in the pot, but we managed. But then it came to like trying to break the claws, and like we used everything, a saw, everything's finally. He takes them out, he hit it, and it went all over the ceiling. I was like, you're on your own.
Any premonitions for 2023?
I do feel that there'll be a lot more twins being born, and this time it's going to be girls, and there'll be a large population of girls being born this year. Like some years I feel like there's more triplets. Sometimes I feel like they're bookends, like one boy, one girl in the twins, and sometimes it's just boys, but this year it seems like it really is the year of the girl, both with twins and with babies.
Right now it's 59 degrees where I'm at and raining. Well, chance of rain. It was raining earlier.
Right now
But
it is
82%.
It is 33 degrees, but it feels like 33. There you go. And tomorrow it's supposed to be like 54. Let me see. I'll tell you the high temps.
Yeah, Christmas it was 55 here.
I mean, we're going to have tons of rain. We had a good time. We played Cards Against Humanity. And for Christmas, one of my sons gave me like the additional cards, and then my husband got the case for it. Oh my God. If you're one of those families that can't seem to get along, get that game, and everybody gets along, and have tissues because there's a lot of crying because you're laughing so hard.
Right.
I think next time I'm going to need EMTs on standby with some oxygen because I was laughing so hard with the cards that I got, I couldn't breathe. And they're like, Mom, you're not supposed to listen to what you have. I'm like, okay, then don't give me these cards. And the new add-on ones were worse than the other ones. I was like, oh, we're all going to hell in a handbasket with this one. Cameron's like, well, let's get our horses right. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm like, right?
That would be so much fun.
I've seen people do it on TikTok, like they pull out the questions, but can't do that on Facebook because Facebook community guidelines, we all be going to hell and they'd be waiting for us at our front door.
Right.
74 today and now 61. Christy, where are you watching from?
She's in Texas. What part of Texas? I've only been to Texas once, actually twice.
Okay, I just got a weird reference, Rob.
What?
Which is it's a penitentiary.
Hold on.
Where is the one that looks like a pentagon, but then it's the center and then it has little hall spokes for each cells?
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
yes. Is that Eastern State?
Is that Pennsylvania?
I believe so, yes.
So ideally, it would look something like this.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So who is somebody in the comment section or those that are watching? Is somebody planning on going to that? Eastern Penitentiary.
Eastern State.
Eastern State.
Dallas Fort Worth it's a lot of fun. I stayed at Miss Molly's for what? 3 days? 2 days? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it's cold in Toronto.
Yep.
Has anybody seen the new gay pride hockey jerseys? So
No.
they're white or black, and then they have like whatever the mascot is in rainbow colors. Now New Jersey is the New Jersey Devils. I didn't know anything about it, and I was like, what the hell kind of unicorn is that? Like, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I like messaged my husband, what the hell is that? He goes, oh my God. He goes, it's not a unicorn. I'm like, dude, because I thought I was tripping. I'm like, what is going on? Like, was it too much, acetone? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, no, those are the gay pride jerseys. I'm like, I didn't know we had anything like those. I'm like, they're kind of cool, but not if you're a Jersey Devil with that. It just sends the wrong. And they had the stick was all taped in the rainbow colors. I'm like, this is just warm up. So instead of regular warm up jerseys, that's what they wore. Like they should have put out a warning because I was like, what the hell?
Right?
Like our mascot is a bear. I can't see that looking bad, but if you've seen the New Jersey Devils jerseys, their icon's a little weird. It's like an N with a J. So it looks a little weird. I mean, I have a helmet here that's been signed because I do like the Devils, but not when we're playing against each other. It was just really, it caught me off guard. And then I'm thinking, why have I never heard of it?
Don't know.
Must be something new.
Patricia said she's seen the same one. But.
Okay, so they do it for all the teams then. Okay, I didn't know that. Do you remember the Canadian jerseys? They had the fine striped lines. It was supposed to be their third jerseys, and then the TV network said you can never wear those again because it was messing up everybody's vision. Even the cameras were having a hard time. They look like lifesavers. A package of lifesavers. What happened? Angela. Damn. I remember having to put like a heater, like a space heater near the pipes in order for them, hopefully, to make sure they didn't freeze. So it's a pain because we used to take turns monitoring them.
Kathleen, what's going on my way? Nothing really. I was supposed to do an event this coming weekend where the hotel where we did some broadcasts from a couple of times here on the show, and where Eric passed out in the closet.
Was Sharon Osbourne also passed out? But I don't think Sharon was in the closet with him.
No, Sharon Osbourne passed out a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, nothing really right now going on. Maybe soon.
Do you have any predictions, Rob, for 2023?
No. I do, but no. Nothing I could share or want to share.
Okay, so I have female babies, a lot of them. I also feel a lot of people are going to be coming into their awakenings now. So not only do we have a lot of female babies coming in, I do feel that a lot of these babies will have abilities, and a lot of people who kind of thought they were empathic or psychic sensitive are actually going to be starting their awakening. So take it slow, y'all. Learn how to meditate and ground. Grounding is so important. You always should ground, then meditate.
Yeah.
That way you protect yourself. And I'm always here, so please hit up my page if you need to, because I'm happy
And
to
if
help
you,
somebody either way.
if you guys ever need readings, you can always come on the show and we can
Right.
get your reading.
Absolutely. Just remember, it's a public forum.
Exactly.
I
As long as
say
it's-
that. So if you're
as
trying to get the dirt on your husband that you're trying to get a divorce from, this is not the place to ask for that reading. You should message the page and ask for something off the menu. Like,
yeah,
you go to restaurants, off the menu, that kind of thing.
we're trying to keep everything positive. So, but if you guys
Yes.
ever want to, get, like I said, get any type of reading, whatever, just go ahead and feel free to ask in the comments and we'll oblige you.
Try to give me a narrow topic. You can't just say the spirits around me, because I could be sassy and be like, yep, next question. Be specific. Like, oh, is my grandfather happy with, the fact that I painted his room from his lovely, green to hot pink? Like, something specific.
Oh, you know what? We need to get White Buffalo on here.
You should.
The three of us would be fun. That would be a fun show.
Three of us. Whoo! Blow their minds.
That would be mind blowing.
Now, keep in mind, Joni White Buffalo does not do love relationships. So, just to let you know, she always throws those in my lap. However, she's really good at numerology, like I am with herbs, and I have no reason to know what herbs go with what, but I do, or crystals. I have a book, and yet she still goes, "Oh, you got this, Lisa." Because what we've noticed when remember how we were discussing last week, how you and I can see on the same page, not even the same frequency, we're same page, same paragraph, everything. Joni and I do the same thing. We were curious to know, because zip area codes are 617, 781, 880, whatever. We were wondering if it correlates anything with the person. So when we were doing the radio show with Nikki and Rob, we would ask for the area code and I would look up the number to see what it says. And a lot of times it really did identify with the person. How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
There's no way that I would know who's on the other end, because it's a call-in show. So I don't screen the calls. It was Rob and Nikki Paranormal. I struggle with what to say when asked. Listen,
right,
even as a psychic medium, when I have another medium that tries to read me, I get stuck there on pause too. Everybody will have the Oprah aha moment. And I tell this all the time. So I had a psychic read me, and somebody wanted me to do a review on them. Could you just let them read them? Like, absolutely. Well, they're talking about my redheaded aunt. I'm like, I don't have a redheaded aunt. And my husband goes, how was the read? I'm like, great. I'm like, kept saying redheaded aunt. Everything else was, close. He goes, you mean your Auntie Helen? Yeah, happens to everybody, because we're looking to grab quick references from our mind, and our mind wants to sit there and sort it all out. Okay, Julie, I would like to ask Lisa a question about my baby grandnephew. I believe he is reincarnation of his 4-year-old sister's twin who died in the womb. Is he? Picture on my page. If you can send the picture to Purple Dahlia, at AOL.com, I can pull it up, or go to my page and send me the picture. But I do feel that he's starting to show some of the mannerisms as the twin. As he gets older, there's something with nose up, either the eyes or the forehead, or an expression that he makes.
Hold on. Here's another one.
I'd like to know if the guy who built our house is still here, and if we upset him, when we bitch about the wonky DIY wiring. What it? Listen, he gets totally PO'd. Like, you know how they make a joke like how mailmen, disgruntled and so every time you make a comment, it feels like a light flickers or you hear like a tick kind of tap, like a real tick.
Wait, how again?
Yeah, like, can you? Oh, because I'm thinking because we still have the echo. So the little, this one, tick, 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 like that. Reword it or come out with a code word like I do. Like on my lives, if there's a spirit present, either I'm looking when I bring somebody on and I know there's a spirit there, we do this. It means that there's a spirit behind us. But I swear he could not be around. And then the second you complain about it, boom, he's there. And and he's so funny because he's showing me himself like standing like this. Like, really? But dude, it was a DIY and maybe you should have been an electrician and not a builder. Just saying. It's just funny because I was like, oh my God. He does.
Sorry, I'm yawning tonight, guys. I'm just a little.
He knows you love your house, but he's like, wow, the nitpicking. And I'm sort of like, dude, get a sense of humor. Come on now. They can't fix it other than fix it when the problem comes up because they didn't know. My ear rings sometimes. No milk, spirit. Yes, it does. Depending on which ear determines certain things. So if your right ear is ringing, it usually means that somebody's talking nice about you. And if your left ear is ringing, I believe somebody's talking bad about you. Usually what will happen if your left ear rings first, your right ear will continue to ring for a longer time. That means somebody's standing up for you. Same thing with your hands. Like if one itches and the other doesn't, it means something else. So when we pay money out, for some reason, we do it with our left hand. So that's always money going out. And when you take in money, it's usually your right hand. Did I see the question? I don't. I might have missed it. It's okay, Kathleen. You might just ask, like, is my romance going to be okay in this year or whatever? Grandnephew I saw. Do either of you hear Bill talking? Does he have something to say? I'm not hearing anybody talking but us.
I don't know what to think about Bigfoot, honestly.
He exists. I believe it. Yes, he does. You asked, I answered. The same way that they said mermaids don't exist, or Arapami, which is a huge fish, or the giant squid. They exist. They just didn't believe them at first. Think of all the passages that captains wrote in their logs for centuries.
Do you see any animals around me?
Jenny, were you planning on adopting a dog? Because I see a dog coming. Oddly enough, I feel like a male spirit on the other side is pushing this dog in your direction. So let's see. Shall we call it January now? Because we're right there.
Not yet.
I feel like the dog's coming March, April.
Speed it up.
I'm not beating it up.
No, I said don't speed it up.
Angelique, maybe I misunderstood the intent of the question. Like, did you hear him talking when we were talking? Because I didn't hear anything.
What's up, interdimensional warrior?
You know what's weird? I feel that every time you have static on your phone, that's him. Like, you can have, like, be in cell phone hell. I don't know how many people use a landline. For the most part, I'm always on my cell. It feels like when there's static, that's his way of trying to get through. Yeah, it's a puppy. It's a female puppy at that too, Jenny.
Julie said she sent a picture of the kids.
Oh, all right. Let me go back and see. Oh. High interdimensional warrior. That's a mouthful in itself.
Right? That's why I giggled. I chuckled.
Not touching that one. All right, let me see.
Jenny said she's thinking of a third pup. What kind of pup?
It's a brown, and it almost feels like it's chocolate. So I don't know if it's in. Sometimes when you have a chocolate pup inside the house, they look darker, and then outside they look different. It feels like it's the opposite with this dog. And it's a puppy.
All right, what's your story behind the name?
I'm not seeing any photos, so hold on. I don't know why it's not showing me this. Other than because we wanted to see it.
Yeah, why am I so tired tonight?
Because it's coming the end of the month. You're exhausted and you do so much. I just sent you a message, Julie. Send the picture here.
You know what's funny, Jenny, is I want to get another Yorkie myself.
Well, I can tell you where to go if you want to get some good puppies. They all come from Texas, but they do transport.
For Yorkie puppies?
For all kinds of puppies. Whether you want Great Danes or Yorkies or Chihuahuas or whatever, they have them all. You have to fill out paperwork like every place else, but they're super nice and they do a great job. There was a mad horror story, like I can't even believe it. And I only remember this dog because the dog was there when I picked up my puppies. So, oh, my puppy's perfect, la la la. Lots of pictures, and then their child, please, it wasn't even a 4 or 5, it was like 12, 14-year-old kid, gets grazed by the pup. Grazed. It's not even a bite, no bleeding, nothing. They had the dog put down.
Oh my God.
And it's a big no-no because this place will take back any dog. If you got a dog from there and it's not working out, they'll take the dog back. They will take the dog back. But the woman lied about it. And somebody dropped a dime on her and it got out. And so, yeah. And the crazy thing, she lives in Rhode Island. Dude, that's the next state over. And transport was coming. So at most, all somebody had to do was just foster it for a week.
Right.
Many of us could have held on to the dog for a week. And my dogs apparently were already familiar because I believe this was the dog that was right next door to their crate when they came.
Wow.
1.9 pounds. Oh, Patricia. Rita's like 4 pounds now. But when I got her, she was 1 pound, 1 ounce. It was like 1.1, 3.5, and 5 pounds were the puppies. And mine are siblings, so 3 of them. We just call them McNuggets. They act as one big thug anyways.
Did you get what? She says she didn't get the email.
I sent it to you in Messenger.
Oh, she sent it in Messenger, not email.
For some reason, it's not letting me do both. Like sometimes I can do some things on the phone, but I have to do computer when they want me to. And if I leave this, then I'll have to. It's a mess. Congratulations, Angelique. I do feel this dog is a cross between it almost looks like it's got Schnauzer in it. Schnauzer, Dachshund, and something else. It could be Corgi, though. But that's what I see. This dog's got a little combination of those 3. You're going to be cute as a button, though. She's adorable. And she does something weird. When you know how like some dogs, when they wag the tail, they're fine. They just sit still. And then there's others that the whole backside moves with the tail. She's going to be doing something like that. That's absolutely hysterical. It's so cute.
How funny.
Lhasa Apsos are always mispronounced. I don't know if anybody knew this. And I do it sometimes too. You call them Lapso Apsos. They're not. That's so Apsos. got a Chihuahua, a Pit, and 2 kittens. I have a purebred Chihuahua who's geriatric and blind right now. Her hearing's going too, but that's my Zoe. Then I've got the 3 puppies, which together don't even equal a small dog, maybe a little under. And then I have my 2 Maine Coon cats, and then my old Turkish kitty. Okay, Deborah says, my sister Donna Kay passed in April. We buried her at home here in Tennessee. I was told I'd be surprised to know where she is now. Where is she? Okay. I'm not sure if this is Tennessee or not, so I'm just going to tell you what I see. There is a brook type river, and there's a cabin on the water. It's very fast. It's like fast paced water, though. It's not like a trickle. I mean, it's fast paced. I want to say it could be down from a mountain because it's the kind that I usually see when I drive through the White Mountains, but it's not New Hampshire. Because New Hampshire right now has ice chunks in it. It doesn't have ice chunks.
Lanny, my kittens are diluted tortoiseshell kittens.
Ooh, that's what our Sierra is. She's a money kitty. Oh, that's so cute. Ah, what a handsome baby.
Oh, she got the picture, Julie.
Hey, Julie, there's a spirit behind the little girl. How do I have to like save it to? Oh, here it is. I can edit it. Brush. We'll do yellow. Done. Right. Scribble. Why is it not working? Okay, this. I'll choose green then. Fine. I just sent it back to you, and that's this. If you blow it up, you'll see a spirit of a little child above her.
So, Jenny, yeah, if you have lucid dreams about people or things, I mean, any type of dreams that are very elusive or vivid, those I usually have, when I have premonitions, that's basically how they are. And they're very vivid dreams. And there's a lot of detail. If you notice, like usually dreams, they're kind of fast paced, almost like you're watching movies. So you're not seeing a lot of detail. But what I have noticed when I have vivid dreams like that, there's a lot of detail. And I remember specific things in these dreams. So usually those are almost like you're with me, usually that I'm astroplaning. Or I'm being shown something. So, and that's usually when I will remember these dreams, and there's usually a message behind them, and then that's usually when I will tell whoever that message was for, if that makes sense.
Rob, since your abilities have been getting stronger, do you find that you remember your good dreams or your bad dreams?
Both.
That's weird. See, when I was a child, I used to have good dreams. Now, I always have night terrors, and they do in succession. So, like 3 days of the same night terror. The way I look at it is when you close your eyes and the dream starts off exactly where you left it, that's spirit sending you a message. Because if it was just a regular dream, when you go back to sleep, it's usually of something else. But I never can remember good dreams unless it makes me nervous, because my mother's the one that pointed this out when she was alive, that every time I have a good dream, it's usually there's trauma or a death coming for our family.
Now, Rachel, I mean, yes, there is times when you can have like continuous dreams. And it can continue over multiple nights. When I was a teenager, I would always look forward to going to sleep because I would always have like these continuous dreams. So it was always like I was always excited. Oh, cool. I'm gonna go to bed in a couple hours. So I would get like these continuous dreams, and it was weird. Yeah, but those were always interesting because it was like, I don't know if it was something was that it was almost like I was being guided through something, and I was on a journey of growth, if that makes sense. It was weird. Looking back at it now that's exactly how I guess represented that, or that's how I took that, as I was being led on a path.
I'm looking up the ringing in the ears.
I've never had something like that where it had different outcomes. I have no idea.
Usually different outcomes mean that you have options or that there's more than one way out. So when some people think like, I do the same thing all the time and nothing ever becomes it. It's just the same ending. Well, if you do the same thing all the time, you're going to get the same results. If you don't feel that you have any options, like no matter what I do, I'm still going to have to face this. Maybe it isn't in changing the ending. Maybe it's in, like I say all the time, maybe it's the journey, not the destination. But when they give you options, it's kind of like when people get the death card and they freak out. It just means one door closes. So when one door closes, many more open up. But I definitely would recommend journaling any dreams, because if it's spirit, trust me, if you don't get it the first time, they will choke you with it until you get it right. So just write it down. Within a week's time, you'll be able to pick out the trend or the commonalities, and maybe it's not the commonality, maybe it's the unusual. Sometimes it's not what we see, it's what we don't see.
Right.
Okay, so here it is. For a spiritual or out of the world point of view, the earring is often taken as a sign and signal from the angels and spirit guides. It denotes the shift in the vibrational states of the human spirit. Ringing in the right or left ear is a sign that you are developing your psychic and spiritual abilities to peak into success with the higher realms of existence. Normally, ear ringing means so many things that are happening on a subtle spiritual level. Third eye opening, clairaudience, spiritual awakening, connection with connection with the energy source or connection with the source, among many others. Difference in omen, meaning the ringing in the left or right ear. The omens of spiritual meanings of right ear ringing and left ear ringing are totally different from, and most of the time they have the opposite meaning. Generally, the ringing in the right ear represents omens, good or bad, or messages from the universe at higher realms, whereas the left ear ringing denotes messages about the physical world. So in other words, spirit's trying to get your attention. They'll say something in this ear, and when it's the physical world, reality as we know it, that will be this ear. The angels and higher spirits use your right ear to relay messages, and it suggests your psychic abilities and the level of connection between you and the universal energy source. The high-pitched ringing sound in your left ear is often seen as that good luck is on your way. Similarly, why can't I say that word today? Similarly, I just totally ruined that word. Similarly, the low-pitched buzzing sound in your left ear indicates the negative energy is in your space right now. Superstitions. Hearing a sound in the right ear is usually a good omen because it indicates of the following fruitful meanings. Good fortune is coming your way. It means you're going to experience in the spiritual gift in the near future. You have planned your career or study for the future. You may have faced the job interview and waiting the results, or you may have just finished your grade examination. Whatever you have wished for, you are going to have it very soon because your guiding angels are whispering in your right ear a good fortune for you. Someone is thinking about you or talking about you. Okay. Ringing in the right ear also acts like an alert alarm for you to stay cautious when you trust others. See, that's a good one. That's like almost like fight or flight. Like it's telling you, hey, approach this one cautiously because, the red flags are going up. The higher spirit is trying to warn you of the negative thought of the other person about you. Some people might be praising you at a particular moment, and others might be gossiping about you. You can't trust all people equally. Did you hear that? You cannot trust everybody equally. Although you are in the physical world, you are always being observed by the higher spirits from the other realms. So in situations of uncertainty, the ringing in your right ear can bring a sense of hope, comfort, and certainty. It is the indication that your guiding angels are fulfilling their duty and guiding you in any situation and circumstances. You are not alone here, as you are interconnected with the spirits in the higher realms. I hope that answered that. Let's see.
I think so. Here's another one. Hold on.
Hold on, I was reading what Karen said. I dreamt my mom showed up with a party hat on and sunglasses. She was talking with my son's girlfriend. I was in shock because I knew she had passed on. She looked at me and said, "It's paranormal," then dissipated. Wow. Kind of a sassy mom, huh? In other words, you're celebrating stuff and she wants you to know that she's there. That's what I get out of it. Do you get the same thing, Rob?
I would think so. Yeah.
Listen, dream analysis is right up there with like astral readings. Like everybody specializes in something. Dream analysis is not mine, but I can figure a good portion of them out. I won't be able to get the finessing light little details like some people can, but
Usually dreams don't mean what you think they mean. They have a different meaning. I have to get a dream book.
Listen, if I'm dreaming that I'm naked and doing a speech, you can bet your fanny that that's never going to happen, okay? So let's just get that clear. That's just telling me that I need to be more prepared and I need to relax about giving the speech. There's nothing to do with me showing up, say, in front of a couple 100,000 people naked and be like, "Hey, who's got the father from this?" Because that's not going to happen. So.
No. Yeah, I have to get a dream book. I haven't found. There was one.
This girl here, prior to her flip-flopping during Virtue, she's got some great books. I'm pretty sure there has to be a dream analysis one. I'll look because I still want to get those cherub cards too.
There was one that a friend of mine had back in I want to say early 90s. I was looking through, and that book was like spot on. I haven't been able to find it again.
Oh, that's cool. I just read Interdimensional Warriors comment. That's pretty cool.
What was it?
It says, "I get ringing in both ears since October 2020. Really amped up when we went into 5D on December 21st, 2020. Hasn't stopped, and I get really high-pitched tones when I'm having experiences with extraterrestrials." Yeah, so I believe it.
Crazy. Chrissy, that's kind of cool that you guys do fireworks on bonfire on New Year's. That happens all around us right now. I mean, on Christmas, New Year's, whenever.
Angelique, that's also the reason why that I don't usually do readings if the spirit is under 3 months. That's only with the exception of one person, and he misrepresented himself. He was also a detective on unsolved cases and like weird, the worst murders there are in Hollywood. So yeah, and I didn't know. So when I did the reading was booked, I was like, "Oh, so how long ago did he pass?" And she was like, "Oh, last week." And I was like, I'm looking at the spirit like, "You got to be kidding me." He's like, "What? I'm an overachiever." I'm like, "I'm not amused. I am not amused."
Rachel, like when you have short burst sessions, I guess. I used to have them like daydreams, but
like deja vu.
But mine was deja vu. It was and it was like it was so bad to where I would actually have to push somebody because something was falling. or there was always like, no, don't step out in the street. I mean, because I would see that deja vu, I'd like grab them, don't step in the street because a car's coming. And
Isn't
they're
that
like,
like dreaming
was
that
like-
you're falling? Is that the same thing? Like when you dream you're falling and then you wake up like this?
but no, that's something different. You know why you do that, right? Because your mind and your body are out of sync. So your body thinks you're dying. So it
You'd
sends
have to imagine me actually sleeping because I don't really sleep soundly. So
No, I know. But what happens is there's a reason behind that. So what happens is your body's falling asleep faster than your brain is processing that. So your brain thinks it sends that jolt through your body to wake you back up. That's why you jolt when that happens, like you're dreaming and you're falling. That's
So I wonder when, everybody must do this. You start to fall asleep, even children. They do the nod and they get up. What's causing that?
that's your brain telling you
Same
to
thing?
wake up. Yep.
I'm looking up dream analysis books. Dream analysis books.
Yeah, I saw that. They were talking about that. I was watching a documentary and they were talking about that.
Wow, there's a bunch of them. So on Amazon, they have the Dream Interpretation Dictionary. I love a good thrift book myself, and this one here is a thrift book. It says 10,000 Dreams Interpreted and Illustrated. And that one's only like $5. You can also get Kindle books. Okay, I'd stay away from Freud books because the man had a little bit of an issue. Anybody that's read Freud or knows about him, takes psychology, you know what that issue is.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, Amazon does have everything. I was looking for a particular book on, like I was talking about the Dream book, and I think that's what it was called. But there's so many remakes of different books, and they're not the same author. I don't even remember the author. I remember what it looked like, what the cover looked like.
So here's the thing. Maybe everybody, listen, next time you're out and about and you see one of those old bookstores, instead of walking by and just be like, oh, I'll order from Amazon, you never know what you're going to find in a thrift store, especially for books. You find the most amazing books. And most people that get rid of their books, it's not just encyclopedias and dictionaries and, those geography books that you got in college that you never really opened, but you paid like $300 for. It's not those. There's also really good spiritual books and manifestation books and affirmation books. And they're interesting because they got to be old to us, right? When they were new, maybe they've revamped them and they've left some stuff out where the older books have the stuff, kind of like when you read a book or you see a movie. So depending on if you read the book first, then saw the movie, you're like, oh, they left this, and this out. Versus somebody that's only seen the movie and thinks that's how the story really goes.
It's almost like first edition books.
Yes.
Like first something might be taken out in the second edition. And that's why everybody wants first edition, things like that.
Kind of like the Bible when they're having issues lately because they believe they found some stories that should have made it in the Bible, but it backs up my theory that some fat old white guy was the one that created the history books because it was basically based on, well, he had the better story, so we're going to use that one, versus what was actually factual and what actually took place.
Right.
Let's see. Is there a book that tells you what your dreams mean? The Dream Dictionary by Joe Jean Bushalala and Virginia Rydell Goopner. Yeah, this is the one that's on Amazon. That's the one they're recommending. So it's called The Dream Dictionary.
No, absolutely correct, Rachel. Thrifting and yard selling are the best.
Absolutely.
Because also you can find it for a deal.
Some people have found in thrift shops old tarot cards. I would be over the moon finding those. You also can find things that they don't make now. Like, remember the mood stones you used to get? Actually, I think it was glass, but then they did something to it. And it was like almost like a thumb thing, thumb stone. Sometimes you find those there. Sometimes you find the stuffed animal you might have had as a kid. Don't know what happened to it. It means sentimental things. You're not bringing it home for your kid to play with because nowadays everything's a choking hazard. But it would also be something for you, or you might find a really nice piece of furniture. You'd be amazed at what you find at thrift stores, and then if you went and did your extra homework to discover how much they're worth now.
Right.
It gives recommendations on how to analyze your dream. Try to recall your dreams every day. The best time to recall your dreams is as soon as you wake up while the dream is still fresh. I agree. They say you lose the dream within the first 5 minutes you're awake. So keep a pen and pencil or a pen and paper by your nightstand. Jot it down, because by the time you get up and pee and come back, you're like, oh, where was I? Was I warm? What happened? 2, keep a dream diary. 3, tell someone about your dreams can help. Oh, there's an idea. What about hitting record on your messenger where you can speak into your phone and have it record that right away so that we don't forget. Try to identify symbols and associations. It says that is dream analysis valid? Dream interpretation is the process of assigning meaning to dreams. Although associated with some forms of psychotherapy, there is no reliable evidence that understanding or interpreting dream has a positive impact on one's mental health. Let's face it, they can do as many studies as they want. They have yet to be able to figure out anything with the brain.
Don't see no Weeble Wobble at a thrift store.
Where? Do you know my kids didn't know what a Weeble Wobble is? My mother used to laugh. She's like, come here. And she's like, she'd push me. She goes, see, that's a Weeble Wobble. I'm like, no, I fall down. Weeble Wobbles Weeble Wobble, but they don't fall down. Don't you remember they had the really cool school bus?
Yeah.
Now all you have is those damn Lego things that, that puncture your foot when you're walking by at like 2:00 in the morning. Let's see. Did you know the 7 stages of dreams? I'm sorry, there are 7 types of dreams. Fascinating types of dreams: current, recent events, metaphorical and symbolic dreams, fantasy and comfort dreams. Hey, creative problem-solving dreams. That would be like a MacGyver, I think. Nightmares, get those all the time. Lucid dreams and supernatural dreams. They seem to have let out the night terrors. I can't breathe. I woke up in a cold sweat, and now I need to go downstairs and chew some ice in order to calm the hell down. Ooh, here's a good one. Oh, got to mention Freud again. Love that man. What are the hidden messages in your dreams called? According to Freud, the latent content of a dream is the hidden psychological meaning of the dream. This content appears in disguise symbolically and contains that are hidden from the conscious awareness, often because it may be upsetting or traumatic. It's a little hard for me to take him verbatim because we also know that he had a little issue. What made Coke a great thing? That thing? Yeah. Achoo. That's what you call an 80s diet. Yeah, I'm good. Who needs food? No, do I look okay?
But that shit wore off so quick.
I know.
That's why.
Woo! What are the rarest dreams?
Yeah, what are they?
Most experts believe that the lucid dreams are the rarest type of dreams. While dreaming, you are conscious that you are dreaming, but you keep on dreaming. According to researchers, 55% of people experience these dreams at least one time in their life. I bet you thought it was going to be a wet dream. Nope.
Something.
Types of dreams.
I terrors in years.
Oh,
I haven't had a dream in.
I get them in 3s. So I'll have them for 3 consecutive nights. Then it will stop. Or if I'm going to a particular location, say if that's more negative, or if there's a house cleansing I have to do, or say I have to retrieve a haunted object, not yours, Julie, don't worry. Say if I had to go pick up Robert the doll, you know what I mean? I usually have 3 consecutive nights of terrors, or it can be a week of them before I go. But once I'm on the road, it's almost like if my mind plays out every scenario that could go wrong on the road, so that when the day comes when I'm driving down, I'm prepared for anything. And power, yeah, knowledge is power. There's 3 types of dreams: daydream, false awakening dreams, and lucid dreams. Daydream is classified as a level of conscious between sleep and wakeful. So to me, that would be like twilight, maybe. Yeah. 2, false awakening dreams. I know this has happened to me several times. So like, it's like you've been there, done that. Maybe it's like deja vu in your dream. Lucid dreams occur when you realize you were dreaming. That's so weird. Like, I wonder how they, like, but when we dream, because our brain works on frequencies, right? Mm-hmm. So does that mean we're all hallucinating when we hear something out of a ghost box? Because that works on frequency. And canines and cats also hear frequencies.
But and I think it's different. It's a different state.
Isn't there also a ringtone that like younger kids can hear that adults can't?
Yeah, they can hear different frequencies that we can't. The older we get, the less we can hear.
I wonder why, because the older we get, the more our ears droop. I don't know why. Listen, I'm a plethora of useless information mixed in with weird stuff. I know. Yeah. I wake up with marks on me, then interdimensional warrior, then that would be that you are dealing with spirit when you're sleeping. Which again, it doesn't hurt you to ground before you go to sleep. Especially if you are remote viewing, if you're
you're supposed to ground yourself, and
especially before meditation, which can put you to sleep because you have no control over who's coming through. So it's better to ground and protect yourself. Interdimensional warrior. I wonder what would happen if you went to the Marfa Lights in Texas. I'm just saying. Well, they used to think bodies that had the nails grow were vampires. In reality, when you're put in the ground, your skin tightens up. So it looked like your nails were growing. They weren't really growing, but they didn't know better. Yes, or you can hug a tree. You're hugging a tree. I know I make fun of that because of People's Republic of Cambridge, Massachusetts, but you can really ground, you can really hug a tree. Just don't do it in a lightning storm, okay? Another one I like to think is pretend you're the tree of life. These are your branches. Your body's your trunk, and your feet are your roots connecting to the ground. However, if you're at a beach, it's much easier to ground because you're just going to put your hands and bottom, like just sit down in the sand and just give it to Mother Earth. She'll take care of you. And Mother Ocean. 2 ladies work wonderful together. It's not the wrong show. Yours is just going to need a hole. Yours just takes a right turn instead of left turn at NASCAR. Grounding is barefoot and hug trees. Is all about balances. Yes.
Also ground yourself by grabbing on or letting a drop bear latch onto your leg.
Drop bear humping? I don't know. That's what that sounded like to me.
Gator knows it all too well.
Oh, that's new. Psychologists use dream analysis. Since the 1900s, publication of Sigmund Freud's Interpretation of Dreams, dream interpretation has been widely used as a therapeutic technique in psychoanalysis. Let me just say that is also where when they say that they've done past life regressions, or they come up with like, oh, you've been sexually molested by a cult of this and that. Listen, like anything else, you wouldn't bring your child to a mechanic to diagnose, a sore throat or bronchitis, right? Vet your doctors. You can Google them online, see if they have any complaints against them. You want to make sure you know what you're doing. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep,
Ooh.
that's exactly right, Lynn.
What are there's 5 most common dreams. What do you think they are that everybody must have? 5
No.
common dreams.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Falling. Falling is the most common recurring dream people have, according to the 2022 survey of 2007 Americans. I wonder why it was 2007, though. Whatever.
But that's what we talked about. We talked about the.
Yeah, I know, but they said they did a survey with 2007 people. What happened to 2008? Did she just bang in that day? I'm just curious. That's all.
Something.
Conducted by mattress and sleep product companies. Being chased is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Losing teeth. I don't think I had that dream before.
I haven't had that dream.
Cheating, and then they all populate naked in public, which will never happen. Not for this girl, anyways.
Never had that dream either.
What age dreams the most? Wow. One early study of 17 to 70-year-old college participants found that dream recall frequency was the highest level in late teens. So the teenagers are the ones that dream the most. Wow. They have at least 9.8 dreams a month. Progressively lower from 30 to 39, you have about 6 dreams a month. 40 to 49, you have 4 dreams a month. 50 to 59, you have 3.7 dreams a month. Okay, I argue with that one because it's hockey season and I dream of Stanley Cups all the time.
That's bullshit because I dream nightly.
Right. And then somewhat higher, you get it back again at 4.5 a month between the ages of 60 and 69.
That's all. I might have 4 dreams a night. What are they talking about?
Here's what causes crazy dreams. Problems with friends, family, school, or work can trigger intense dreams and can be big events like getting married or buying a house. I will say buying a house is the most stressful thing anybody could ever go through. Worth it, but just stressful. Stress are caused by traumatic events such as death of a loved one, sexual abuse, or car accident can also cause vivid dreams. Can dreams reveal the truth? People tend to think that dreams reveal hidden emotions and beliefs. Yeah, I kind of think they do. Can dreams talk to you? Ooh. There's a good question. Are dreams in color rare? When awakened while dreaming, people tend to report that their dreams contained vivid colors 70% of the time and vague color 13%. Only 25 to 29% of people say that their dream was in color. So it's not really weird. Ooh. Did you know you can't read in your dreams? I can. Simply put, you can't read real life books in dreams because your eyes are closed. If you are reading in a dream, the text is projection of your subconscious. It may make sense, at least in the dream, but it doesn't reflect reality. I didn't know that.
Going to say, Rachel said her dreams are always in color. So are mine.
Mine are in color. I wish they weren't, but they were. When you have night terrors, you really don't want color or can be able to smell stuff, but you do. Let's see. Why do you dream of someone? When you dream about someone is usually a reflection on how you feel about them in your waking life, real life. Your dream may be telling you to pay attention to that person in your life. Your subconscious may be trying to connect the dots or something and needs your conscious mind to help them figure it out. Well, that would make sense. If you're not solving your issues while you're awake, when you're sleeping, isn't that when our body's supposed to be at full rest? Because if you get good sleep, then your immune system stays up. You're refreshed. You grow when you have growth spurts. It's usually when you're sleeping. So think how many times that we're not sleeping well that affects our immune system, which leaves us open to get sick. We're always tired, cranky. Like you name it, it happens usually from not sleeping.
Right.
That's really weird.
It is weird.
What age is too late to chase your dreams? Never, if you ask me. If those who aren't willing to pursue their dreams are honest with themselves, they'll admit they have some level of fear or resistance that's preventing them from taking the necessary steps to make their dreams come true. I'm still not getting a 6-foot banner. I don't care with my picture on it. It's not happening.
You know what, Chrissy? I think it is true. Because I know a few people that always talk in their sleep.
I used to. Did you sleepwalk?
Yeah.
I used to sleepwalk and talk in my sleep when I was a child. Like I'd go downstairs and play my grandfather's organ. I don't know how to play a piano, so I don't know how that guy.
Yeah, I know I used to sleepwalk, but
Gaynor says, dream a lot of snakes means it's an enemy they saw when you get up out of bed. Always place 1 foot on the ground. It reverses back where it comes from. Well, dogs do that too. Dogs circle 3 times before they lay down anyways, because they're checking for snakes. If that's like something that it's been a mannerism that's been passed around since caveman. I had a dream about clowns. To make a long story short, they came up on me whispering in my ear. I woke up, shot out of bed, wide awake, and they were still whispering. I was totally freaked out. Yeah. I'm learning to like clowns. There's a man on Facebook, and he's in full-fledged clown makeup, head to toe. Sometimes he'll do tarot readings. A lot of times, like he'll answer questions. History of clowns stuff, and he's made it a little bit easier for me, but I used to freak out. I don't know why. It's not every clown, it's one specific kind of clown, if you know what I'm saying. You know, that clown.
I think that would freak people out if they would come across that page, because there are people that are terrified of clowns. But
let's see. People are sending messages to Live Paranormal at the moment. That's a little busy right now. What is this? That was yesterday. Why is that coming up? I don't know. Trying to find the guy's name. He's got green hair. He's funny as hell.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But he's so nice. And you know what? He's right. He's like, even if you can only last 2 minutes tonight, then the next time he's on, he'll be like, try to sit there for like 3-4 minutes. And it's helped because there's a motorcycle group, and their moniker is the It Clown. They all wear neon orange vests. And literally, I would go hyperventilation when I saw them, and now I can tolerate them. And I just think those particular boys are annoying.
Right. All right, guys, we're going to end the show here in a few minutes. I have to hit the bed.
I read someplace that the faces you see in your dreams is someone you have seen because your unconscious cannot make up faces or any thoughts. Okay. I've noticed that spirits will give me symbols when I'm sleeping the same way that I would get them during the day. So if I missed a cue, or say I didn't see the penny that was on the ground, well, in my dream, I might find a whole bunch of coins on the ground, or I'll see a butterfly. So in order to connect with spirit, if that's your intention before you go to bed, maybe an hour before bed, shut off all electronics. Maybe dim the lights in your room. I have those cute little fairy lights because I like those, so I have those going all the time. Maybe have a cup of chamomile tea, something that relaxes you, and make sure you ground first. There's no one proper way to ground versus another. There's about 3 trillion videos on YouTube. Knock yourselves out. And ground, and then let your intention be known. Tell spirit, I'm looking to contact Bob or Harry or whoever. You may not get it right the first time, but like meditation takes practice anyway, so why not practice then?
Like I said, I have to be in an altered state of mind for me to meditate, where to work.
We can try that too.
It's all good.
So make sure you've liked, put the thumbs up. Make sure you like, share, and follow Live Paranormal, the Parawakening on YouTube, as well as Facebook. Lisa the Purple Dahlia, Not Your Average Medium, on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, okay? And make sure you turn your notifications on because this is how we roll.
This is how we roll. All right, guys. Well, good night and thanks for tuning in.
Wait, see you
Gonna
next
go-
year. Happy new next year.
You know what? We will be on next year. I don't
That's
know,
Saturday. I don't know yet. I could probably let you know tomorrow what my plans are.
Okay, we might plan another show before the new year or going into New Year. We'll figure it out. But anyway, thanks
If we
for
don't
watching.
see you New Year's Eve, I usually have a show on Sundays, but with the holiday the way it's been landing,
Yeah,
come
who
Sunday,
knows?
I'm in bed by like 7.
We'll figure it out. All right, guys.
Okay.
Good night.
Happy New Year.
And thanks